So the tissues which becomes mature, or they have attained their final shape, size, and they have a definite function. So these are matured enough. Now they have not the ability to divide. So we call such type of tissues permanent tissues. So permanent tissues is like that if the growth is complete, it has achieved its definite shape, it has achieved the size and function. So it is like a permanent tissue. So this type of tissues which are different from meristematic tissues, these are called permanent tissue. They can be living or they can be dead. Okay, so permanent tissues are of two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue, that we will be learning. Simple permanent tissues are made up of only one type of cell, similar cells you can say, only one type of cell, and complex permanent tissue can be made up of more than one type of cell. That I will be discussing. So please write the basic characteristic points of permanent tissue, and you also need to remember the definition of differentiation. It is very important. So differentiation meaning meristematic tissues take a permanent shape, size and function. So now they are differentiated. So the process of changing of meristematic tissue into permanent tissue is called differentiation. So after differentiation, a cell has taken a permanent shape, size and function. It is very important definition. So please write all the points, 4 points which are there in this slide. No need to draw this flow chart again.
Ma'am, I'm writing.
Divyansh, I have given this 4 points to write about permanent tissues in the copy.
Okay, ma'am.
Done?
Ma'am, last point. Ma'am, written.
So simple permanent tissues are of two types, simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. So now we are dealing with simple permanent tissue. So if I talk about parenchyma, then parenchyma are living cells. Collenchyma are also living, but sclerenchyma are dead cells. Okay, so simple permanent tissue consists of these three types. Parenchyma, which are living, collenchyma is living, and sclerenchyma is non-living, or you can say they are dead. Okay, so let's learn the basic characteristic of this parenchyma. So parenchyma is like found in abundance in plants. So most of the plants is made up of this type of tissues, parenchyma. So these are like, if I talk about them, so they are undifferentiated. Okay, and they have very thin cell wall. Their cell wall is thin and cell wall is made up of cellulose. If I talk about nucleus, they have nucleus in them, they have cytoplasm, they have very large vacuole, and they are loosely packed, meaning there is a space between them. So we call they have large intercellular space, because of which plant is flexible. So these are the basic characteristic of parenchyma that you have to remember. If I talk about collenchyma, then collenchyma are also living, but their shape is different. They are elongated in shape and they are thickened at the corners. Like you can see, there is a thickening at corners. Their cell wall is also made up of cellulose, but there is no cellular spaces. Between two cells, there is very less space. But here in parenchyma, there is very large space. If I talk about nucleus, cytoplasm, and vacuole, these three are also present in collenchyma. So let's come to the sclerenchyma. They are thick-walled. Parenchyma are thin-walled. Okay, collenchyma are irregularly thickened at the corner, but sclerenchyma are thick-walled. It is like cement-like material. They have on their outer edge, there is deposition of lignin. That is like cement. If you touch the outer part of the plant, it is very hard because of this lignin. If I talk about nucleus, they do not have nucleus because they are dead. They do not have nucleus, you have to remember, and they also do not have any intercellular space. Why it is absent? Because lignin is there, so it does not allow any intercellular space. So these are the characteristic of parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. So you must be very curious to know about their function. What does parenchyma do? What does collenchyma do? What does sclerenchyma do? So parenchyma is basically, it provides support to the plant. What does it mean? Like if there is very strong wind, so plant has to be like, plant should not fall down. So they provide support to the plant. Apart from support, their role is also of food storage. So they can store the food. Where they will store the food? So they can store the food either in stem or in roots. Okay, whenever they are doing photosynthesis, if they are doing photosynthesis, what does it mean? They have chlorophyll in them. So whenever they have chloroplast as organelle, then we call that parenchyma chlorenchyma. So the special name of that parenchyma is chlorenchyma whenever it has chloroplast in it. So it can perform photosynthesis, so we call it chlorenchyma. But if it is present in aquatic plant like lotus, so lotus you have seen it is floating on the air surface. So it has very large surface so that it float, it does not sink. So here parenchyma have air spaces between them. So here we call that parenchyma arenchyma. The name is arenchyma because of large air spaces. So this is the special function of parenchyma. So are you able to get the characteristic of all the three? So what you need to discuss? You need to discuss about their cell wall, about their nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole, their cell space, intercellular space. This 4 points, 5 points you have to discuss in their characteristic. Then you have to write their function. So now I come to collenchyma. So because of collenchyma, plant is able to bend. You might have seen that plant bend. So why they bend or why they are flexible? Because see their parts are in air. So they keep on moving. So flexibility is present in plant because of collenchyma. So if I talk about the function of sclerenchyma, so plant is hard and it can withstand the extremities. So how it can withstand that extremities? Because of this dead part of the plant, that is sclerenchyma. So do tell me, is characteristic and function clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Then this we will be learning it very specifically. We need to learn characteristic, their function and where we can found them. That is called location. So we can find parenchyma. It can be present in non-woody parts. Woody means like outer covering. That is sclerenchyma. So non-woody, that is soft part, green parts. It can be present in roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruit because it is a storage parenchyma. So you can find parenchyma in these places. If I talk about collenchyma, then it is found below the epidermis. Like this is aerial. So you can find in the leaf stalk. Below the epidermis means skin. So below their green skin, you can find collenchyma. If I talk about sclerenchyma, then sclerenchyma is like outer covering. So you might have seen the coconut, brown one. I am not talking about green coconut. I am talking about brown coconut. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
might have seen the hairs. Hairs of coconut, have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Like this is coconut, so it does have brown hairs. So these are called sclerenchyma. So that you can like think of a walnut. Walnut has a hard covering, brown color shell. You can just break it up and eat the fruit. So that hard coating is again sclerenchyma. So whatever is the dead parts, there lies your sclerenchyma. So it can be found in stems, it can be found in outer covering, in the seed coat, wherever there is a dead part. That is the place of sclerenchyma. So please write, this slide is very important and cover many questions. So what you need to remember, characteristic, you need to remember their function and location. It's entirely your choice. If you want to write it in tabular form, then it's okay. If you want to write one by one, then it's okay.